The biggest crime of the Grey Man is that they somehow made Captain America ugly. But the biggest achievement of the Grey Man is they somehow made Captain America ugly. How crazy is it that Chris Evans is somehow not sexy in this movie? He's so smarmy and arrogant and psychopathic, but in this really ugly way, like as a character inside, but also outside. Somehow they made him so ugly. I'm not trying to throw shade, like clearly he's one of the most attractive men of all time, and obviously I'm not trying to say like he's still better looking than me, and no offense, but probably you. But for, Captain America's standards, like how hot he is and how just so ugly in this film. It's the little trash stash. It's a Ugh. Don't fret. If you're looking for some sexy spies and assassins running about and shooting and punching the hell out of each other and just lots and lots of punching, but very, very sexy people doing it, don't worry. This film has got you covered because we have Ryan Gosling as classic Ryan Gosling, stoic, silent, just very dry, humory, just awesome Ryan Gosling, just peak Ryan Gosling, just, using all that drive acting that he did in Drive and every other movie he's made since then, but slightly less funny than The Nice Guys, or way less funny than The Nice Guys, I should say. He's funny in that. That's a good movie. If you want funny, this isn't really the film for you. But if you want sexy people like Ryan Gosling and Ana De Armas is in this, and once again, she's an utter delight. Probably not like as amazing and awesome as she is in the new James Bond film. This film is kind of amazing and epic and very, very action-packed. The action is spectacular for the most part, but the things that kind of drag it down from being an exceptional action film is the humor is very sparse, and when there is humor, it's fine. When there is emotion, it's pretty good, but once again, that is very sparse. Like, this is 80% action. It's just action, and for like 5 minutes, maybe twice in the film, it like slows down to kind of have a couple of character beats, and they really, really work for me. I feel like, Ryan Gosling gets this kind of, he's a criminal man who's now an assassin, a shooty bang bang, shoots the bad guys, kind of assassin spy man, whatever. He's the Grey Man, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. The plot is very just generic Jason Bourne. You've seen it 100 times. Evil spy man who's like, bang bang, I'm an assassin, but I'm a psychopath. Versus the heart of gold, bang bang shooty man in Ryan Gosling. So it's, pretty generic, but what really kind of carries the film is the actors. Having Chris Evans, Captain America, play essentially the anti-Captain America, who's just a flat-out psychopath. He's chewing scenery, he's having a lot of fun, and Ryan Gosling kind of just, as Ryan Gosling with his stoic silence, kind of brooding type with a little bit of dry humor, sprinkled in there, and just watching them play off each other. Ana De Armas is also really, really great, but I kind of feel like her character's motivations and her just being there, it's not as tight. She doesn't really get that much kind of, character and emotion, and, I don't know, there's a little bit kind of wanting in parts with certain characters, but for a big, dumb action blockbuster, Jason Bourne / James Bond / a third type of action film, John Wick, that's the one I was thinking of. It's very John Wick. At one point he's like, we've got to get all those assassins and get all these different types of assassins to kill this one type of assassin, and he's not going to be able to handle all these assassins. I am also an assassin, calling all these assassins to do this assassining, which is pretty much just the plot of John Wick 2, or all of them? I don't know. It also, for some reason, reminded me of kind of a very self-serious version of The Man from Toronto, a new film on Netflix, or It's Been There Forever. I don't know, for some reason I watched it, I was hungover, or I wasn't. I don't know. That was almost nothing. But, it has that same thing where, like, I'm an assassin. I've got to call up that assassin to do some assassinating on that other assassin. But I'm also an assassin who's going to do some assassinating later. But, for the middle of the film, some other assassins will do the assassinating. So, to pad the runtime, or whatever. If you're sick of the trope of the strong, stoic man, and he's got to protect the little girl, but she's pretty capable and pretty quippy or whatever, but he's still got to protect her with his machiness, but also by protecting her, he shows that he has a heart of gold. You're gonna be pretty annoyed because this film does that trope that seems to be appearing in everything, just every single film. But it is kind of the only part of the film that has any heart and true emotion and kind of, wrings all the drama out of there. And there's some nice little moments. So yeah, I liked all of that. But if you are sick of that trope, be warned, half an hour in, that will begin. And it really, 80% action. So it really, you'll only have to worry about that for like 7 minutes. Overall, I would say it's good. It's pretty good. I had fun. The 2 hours went for two, and there was lots of punching and mostly just punching and shooting and action of all kinds of sorts. And sometimes there was a bit of CGI action. I went, not as good. Get back to the punching. But then almost before I thought the thought, back to the punching. Because as I said, just mostly action. I feel like I've said about 80%. Really, now I'm thinking about it, probably 92 to 93% just action. It's kind of crazy how much action there is. It's very actiony. It's just go, punch, 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 punch. There's like an extra villain that's not like Chris Evans, Captain America villain, the mustache. There's another guy. He sucked, but once again, he got almost nothing to do. He got a bit of talks, and, you know, he gets that Jason Bourne, like, got to get the assassin to do the assassin, to, you know, they do all that kind of talk where you're like, yeah, exposition, get to the thing, do the thing, shut up, just get to the punching. But literally, as you're thinking that, before you can kind of fully have that thought, they're already back to the punching. You're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, cool. And then by about halfway, you're like, all right, yeah, we're just going to just keep punching. Like, for the whole 2 hours. Okay, I mean... Cool. All right. Sit back, have some popcorn. But should you pay $45 for popcorn and a drink at the movies? Well, probably not. Not to say the film isn't good. It's good. It's a fun time. But considering they're putting it out in a week, I would say maybe just wait a week. Maybe just wait that 1 week. Then you can sit at home and you can save that $17 slash $58 if, you know, you're going to buy popcorn and drink and make a whole event of it. And then, my God, if you're going to take your girlfriend or a bunch of mates, it's $100 to $200. You could be saving for a car with that money. You could be saving for, I don't know, a trip to Bali or just a very expensive Uber Eats meal that night. I mean, it really depends on, you know, how you like to spend your money. A nice dress, another thing. What do people spend money on? Beer? You've got to spare $17 to $200 depending on what kind of cinema experience you're going to do, how much popcorn you will be consuming at the cinema. Go! It's a fun 2 hours. But you could also just watch it at home in a week, and I feel like you're going to have a pretty good time. And then you can all sit around and have a couple of beers and buy popcorn that's like $2 at Coles, and then, you know, put the salt on it and get some butter in there and make a delicious popcorn mix for everyone. Have a couple of beers and talk about how sexy everyone is. Did I mention how sexy Ana De Armas and Ryan Gosling are in this film? Because, my God, I mean, it's just two sexy people. And they both got guns and they both shoot people in this film. It's a sexy movie. For a film that is so lack of sexual chemistry and sex and romanticness of any kind of, you know, lusty or romantic beautifulness or whatever. Very hot. A very hot film for such a not hot film. It's crazy. I guess that's the power of just sexy stars. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below. I would love to know, did you see it in the cinemas or did you watch it at home on Netflix a week later because they let you wait just 1 week? Just 1 little week, and then you could watch it at home for free. I mean, yes, I know Netflix costs money, but, you know, overall, free.